Well, and it's that image that has landed the Tamil Nadu governor in another controversy when he patted the cheek of a journalist during a press conference. And joining in the protest is BJP leader H. Raja, who has come to the defense of the governor. He has launched a personal attack at DMK leader N. Karunanidhi's daughter Kanimozhi. In a tweet he has written, and I quote, "Like the governor, would reporters grill the person who made his illegitimate child a Rajya Sabha member?" But heading back and speaking exclusively to India today was Kanimozhi, who said that she will not come down to the level of H. Raja's. In fact, she denied from responding to that particular remark, calling him subhuman. She said that she would like to wait and see if the BJP takes any action against him.
When conversation with DMK MP Ms. Kanimozhi, ma'am, there's been a lot of ruckus in the state right now after the governor's press conference where he touched a lady journalist's cheek. You put out a tweet condemning the same. And after today in the morning, a very harsh tweet comes from the BJP National Secretary, Mr. H. Raja.
I do not like to respond to somebody like him, who I consider subhuman. I think the BJP has to respond and react whatever way they can. But I think what happened yesterday, I stand by her, and just because I stand by a woman, working woman, and we all know that women who are step into public space, the way they are harassed, the way there are sexual harassment and the violence against them in different ways. And just because I stand up for one such woman, and if I am going to be treated like this, and of course people think that politicians can't be touched. You can see for what's happening, that I'm another example of what can happen. So and this is one weapon they've been using against all women. So I'm not going to succumb to that. But then I think this makes people should make people understand that what women every day go through.
Yes, when you say you won't succumb to it, but it is still harassment. You can't deny.
It is harassment. What happened yesterday to the journalist was also harassment, even if it is cloaked in a patronizing way. But then you're not respecting her as a professional journalist. When she asks you a question, you do not want to respond to her, but then you just want to pat her and say that you're not worth answering, and you walk away. You can't do that. And everybody has a personal space, and that has to be respected. This is not, it's not that he knows a journalist for years and he's got the permission to touch her. She's there in her professional capacity. So this is what happens. It can happen in a hospital. It can happen in any other corporate office. And does it mean that women have to keep quiet and not respond and not stand together and fight?
The journalists are standing together. They are raising their voice. They are right now doing a signature campaign. Yes. But this is one thing I would like to ask you. Even what you have on Twitter right now, what Mr. H. Raja said, that is also harassment in a way. You said you will not succumb to it, but doesn't it require you to raise your voice and put forward a message?
I want to know what the BJP has to say. It's a person who holds office in their party. Let them respond to it.
Is the DMK going to put out any message, any statement?
I am saying, I think I'm not going to respond to somebody like Raja, and I will not stoop to his level. But I think somebody responsible has to answer this from the BJP.
That was senior leader from the DMK, Kanimozhi ma'am, telling us that the BJP should take note of what Mr. H. Raja said and should respond to him. She's not going to succumb to it, but yes, this is clearly another case of harassment. Yesterday we saw a senior journalist also being patted on a cheek by the governor, to which senior leader Kanimozhi condemned it, and after that, today on Twitter, she was attacked by BJP's National Secretary H. Raja with a very harsh tweet.
Shalini Lobo joins me now. And Shalini, I was just listening to that interview, and the one thought that came to my mind was that while the DMK today is standing along with the journalist community in condemning the act by the Tamil Nadu governor, while Kanimozhi is putting up a very strong and dignified, graceful front, perhaps don't you think that a stronger attack on H. Raja would send out a stronger message that such kind of comments, such kind of derogatory, disrespectful, personal comments by the politicians shouldn't be taken lying down?
Avantika, that's what I spoke to Kanimozhi as well, to which she said, I'm waiting to see what the BJP says. This is not the first time H. Raja has jumped into a row or a controversy of stuff. He's done that even before. And I want to see whether the BJP will actually let him loose this time, or they will take some kind of action. Will he be held responsible for the comments he makes on social media? Not the first time H. Raja has sparked uproar. H. Raja has made such derogatory remarks. And this is why she said the DMK is not saying anything just yet. We want to see what the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to do. Yes, they did condemn what the governor did. They're standing alongside.
But don't you think that silence would encourage such lawmakers from making such derogatory remarks?
Manner by the governor. Well, Avantika, I guess it's to each their own right now.
True.
What all of us feel, even I feel, that was very derogatory, that was unnecessary, and that was in very poor taste. That was a very personal statement to be putting on social media. And if you go through the threads, the thread also is not really pleasant. It's the most unpleasant thing to read, that too at a senior party leader, at a woman, first of all. Very unpleasant Twitter thread there. But once again, when I praised this all to Kanimozhi, the DMK MP, she said, I'm going to leave it at it. I'm not going to succumb to it. I'm not going to stoop to his level to make statements, go up and down, back and forth with statements. Let's see what the Bharatiya Janata Party this time, what they say, whether they'll put an end to what H. Raja keeps on saying on Twitter.
Absolutely shocking and an outrageous remark there by H. Raja, and we're just hoping that the BJP condemns the statement as well coming in from Mr. Raja. But for now, Shalini, thanks so much for joining us. Let's just get back to the entire controversy surrounding the Tamil Nadu governor, Banwarilal Purohit. He's created another controversy for himself when he patted the cheek of a journalist during a press conference that was called at Raj Bhavan in Chennai. The photograph was posted by the journalist herself on Twitter, who said that she in fact asked him a question to which he patted her cheek without her consent. Now the journalists of Chennai have together started a signature campaign against the governor. They're seeking an unconditional apology for his misconduct. A letter has also been addressed to the governor, which has been sent with the subject, and I quote, harassment of senior journalist by your esteemed self. DMK is staging a protest against the governor. The governor, ironically, had called the media to announce an investigation into the alleged sex scandal at the Madurai Kamaraj University, of which the Tamil Nadu governor is a de facto chancellor. In fact, the press conference was also called by the governor to clear his name of the controversy in which the professor has been arrested for the sex for degrees case. And our correspondent Akshay Nath, in fact, got a chance to catch up with a journalist who was patted on the cheek by the Tamil Nadu governor, and this is what she had to say.
Lakshmi, we're seeing that, could you explain to us what exactly happened during the entire incident?
The press conference was almost over. It was an hour-long press conference, and Akshaya, I think you were also present during the press conference. The entire press conference, as you know, it revolved around the Nirmala Devi audio clip, and the questions were on the allegations surrounding the Raj Bhavan and the governor's office, and also Governor Mr. Banwarilal Purohit. So for every question on the allegations, he was only saying that this is all nonsense and baseless. And when you particularly asked about the Supreme Court guideline and having a woman in the panel when it is a case of sexual harassment, he very cleverly dismissed that, saying that the IAS officer who has been appointed to inquire on this is a very senior officer. He's a retired person, and he will be very good at this. But he wasn't specific on any of the he didn't have specific answers on any of the questions we had put to him. And at the end end of the conference, as you know, there was a question on his on the governor learning Tamil. So he was happy to reply to that question, and I asked him, "Who's your Tamil teacher?" He just smiled for that, and he walked a step further. And the second question, the one question which he did not answer me from the beginning was on the performance on the government and on the performance of the universities. My question was, sir, you said you are satisfied with the performance of the state government. So can we take it that you are not satisfied with the performance of the universities? So he immediately, he did not react, but he just did this to me and went off. I was stunned for a moment. I did not react immediately, and when people around me started laughing, I was quite angered and agitated, and I thought I should register my protest on this. So immediately I walked down to meet people in his office and tell them, like, I want to register my protest. But by then they had gone inside. I wanted to meet Mr. Rajagopal and tell him to pass on my pass on whatever I had to tell to the governor. But the person there, he said, even Mr. Rajagopal had gone inside, so you cannot talk to him now. Whatever you want, you just drop an email. I have done that. I have dropped an email to the governor's office and his secretary seeking an explanation, saying that this is totally unwarranted and you should not have done this to me.
And this entire incident took place at Raj Bhavan when the Tamil Nadu governor was addressing the press conference. Let's just play out the statement of the president on the matter for which he had called the press conference. This is related to an incident where a professor, in fact, has been arrested after an audio clip went public, and the president attempting to clear his name of the entire controversy in the sex for degrees case.
Perhaps you don't know. You are all not aware. I am that senior. I have completed 78th year. And not grandson. I have great grandson. I am that lucky. Forget. Don't utter such words from your mouth.
Akshay joins us for more details and updates. Akshay, so the president there gave out the statement, and it was in that press conference that the entire incident took place. Now, has there been any response from the governor's office? What about the other politicians, and what is going to be the next step of the journalist fraternity in case they don't get an apology or a response?
Avantika, for now we've seen that the journalist community in the state, they've written a letter to Banwarilal Purohit demanding that he apologizes to Lakshmi, and also the way he conducted himself is a borderline harassment, and they've even said that it is a demand that Banwarilal Purohit recognizes this and apologizes. Apart from this, we're seeing that the Raj Bhavan, sources in the Raj Bhavan have been telling us that a statement is being prepared right now and will be released very soon. Moreover, we've also seen the DMK, the TVK and many other political parties in the state staging protests just outside the Raj Bhavan, criticizing his behavior towards a journalist and also doubting his involvement in the sex for degree scandal, Avantika.
Yes, thanks so much for joining us, Akshaya.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.